Hey guys, this story time is gonna be interesting.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Saying, that bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today is another story time since the story times are getting views. That's what's getting me views. And you guys wanted to see the part 2 to the other story time. So basically, we're gonna start. Hold on, let me actually kind of recap what happened last story time. So last story time, you know, the boy, I think his name was Raspberry, Bubbles, Lucky, Ginger, all of them, you know, all of those people. We're gonna be reusing those names because they're gonna show up again with some new people. And yeah, let's get into this. It's about, let me see, 1:15 when we're starting this. Last time I didn't finish the story time until like 40 minutes later. Plus editing took about an hour. So yeah, don't ask why I have this pillow. I just have it because it looks nice. And it's like, I don't know, I'm sitting down. Okay, so the fight was on April 10th. So we're gonna go back a little bit, probably to April 1st. I'm not completely sure when the whole thing started. But remember how me and Bubbles had fought? Our thing had kind of brushed over. I didn't have no, well, I didn't really have like, my eyes look two different sizes. I didn't like, you know, I don't know how to say it, but there was nothing really, no tension between us like that. My friend, we're gonna call her Blue. I guess Ginger, no, not Ginger, Lucky had brought the whole fight back up after months later, like 2 months later, and posted something about Bubbles. I mean, not Bubbles, Blue. Whoa, Blue. She posted something about Blue. I think the post was like, oh, Blue, you can get beat up too, blah, 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 blah. If you want to keep talking, even though I don't think Blue was talking, but I'm not sure. I really don't know. I didn't get too much into it. I was trying to mind my business because I'm minding my business. I'm being more calm. And Blue had no phone. So somebody else had showed Blue. Blue found it, and Blue was like, oh, give me your phone, because she used to use me and Tolly's phone during school and log into her accounts. So she logged into her account on, I think, Tolly's phone first, and she clapped back to it. She was, I don't know what she said, but I think she texted her. She was like, oh, you want to fight me and stuff? And Lucky was like, yeah. So I don't know what they did after school, but in school, she would log in, log out, argue, log in, log out, all that. So then we had the state tests. And on state test days, from periods 1st to 5th were testing. Then some people have 6th period lunch, some people have 7th period. They combine those 2 periods. I don't remember if it was 5th period, but I think we stopped 5th period. We stopped testing 5th period. We went outside, like everybody in the school goes outside. Every 7th grader goes outside. They have the whole 5th period to themselves. Then they combine 6th and 7th lunch so that everybody in both of those lunch periods have lunch together. And then after 7th period, you go back to your normal schedule. You go to your 8th period class, go to your 9th period, go home. And that was the state test days. So we're state testing around 5th period. We go outside. Nothing really happens. But I guess 6th period, Lucky had told Bubbles what happened. And that thing was crazy. If I have the video, I will put it up on screen now, because my little friend group was chilling, I guess. We was having fun. And we go near the bleachers. Oh my gosh. 20 people, at least 20, 30 girls, all huddled up. They're walking towards the bleachers. Me, Tolly, and Blue standing near each other. And we're like, what the hell is going on? They just keep walking closer and closer. And we're like, oh my gosh. So they walk all the way up to the bleachers. Me and Tolly we distanced ourselves from Blue because we were like, we didn't really we weren't close friends with Blue. So her beef had nothing to do with us. She was just in our class. And I think Lucky and Bubbles goes up to Blue, which kind of confused me because how did Bubbles get in the situation? But I just assumed since that was her friend, you know, if it's your friend, you get in the situation. And they press Blue. I don't know what they said to Blue because I wasn't really close by, but my whole friend group, we gathered together. We was like, what the hell is going on? Y'all see her? They're literally about to jump her or something. They're all like 20 of them are staring at her. They walked up to her like a crowd, and all I heard was come down here. So Blue starts coming down. I don't know why she listened, but Blue starts coming down the bleachers. And hold on, my song stopped. Blue comes down the bleachers, and I guess instead of Blue fighting Lucky, Blue was finna fight Bubbles because I guess Bubbles was gonna fight Blue instead of Lucky. Now, Lucky and Blue, they're two different sizes. Blue is very small. I'm not saying that size matters in a fight. You can fight however big, small, skinny, tall, short, like whatever size you are. It doesn't really matter. You can still fight. And Blue is about 4'11", 4'10", 80 pounds. And Lucky, I would say she's about 5'2", because I think she's a little bit taller than me. I don't know how much pounds exactly, because why would I go around asking people for how many pounds they weigh? But, you know, Blue was obviously very much smaller. I'm not calling anybody fat before y'all say that. But Blue was smaller, so everybody was saying how Blue had a disadvantage and how Blue was gonna lose and how Lucky was gonna beat the hell out of Blue. And honestly, she's my friend, but I'm not gonna lie to her. I was like, girl, you need to figure it out because she's really gonna beat you up. I'm not gonna lie and be like, yes, you got this, girl. You got this. You got it. But Lucky didn't end up fighting Blue. Bubbles was gonna fight Blue. And Bubbles is a little bit smaller than Lucky, but it's still a difference. She's still way taller than Blue and everything. So I don't know what they're saying exactly because I was trying to mind my business while not minding my business. Then Bubbles walks up to Blue when they get down. Okay, so it's the track, and then right here on this side of the track there's a bleacher. She comes down, and then it's Lucky right here, Bubbles, then all of me and my friends over here, all of their friends right there, and then there's Blue face to face with them. And I guess they were about to fight right then and there because Bubbles starts approaching Blue. The security guard comes, and they're like, them security guards, they can be messy when they want to, but one thing they know what to do is when to stop a fight when they know somebody's about to get the hell beat out of them. Because during certain fights, the security guards be recording the fights, but when they know that girl has absolutely kind of no chance, they will step in and break it up. They sometimes don't play about their jobs. Okay, so yeah, they're about to fight. Security guard comes and breaks it up, and basically all the security guard does, he doesn't even do much. He just be like, oh, y'all gotta go near the fence. The fence is over here, bleachers over here. It's a pretty wide field in between. Yeah, So they're like, you can't come back near the bleachers to Lucky's group, and you have to stay near the fence. So they go near the fence, and you know, everything kind of back to normal. Security guard done leave. He did his 1-2. He's about to go on his phone inside the school, and I don't know, go text his host. He's not paying attention. He doesn't really care about the kids. None of them do. I mean, some of them really do, but at the end of the day, they just want a paycheck. And about 10 more minutes goes by. They come back and they tell Blue that she has to go inside, which she would have to walk past that whole group to go inside. So they escort her inside. Another 5 minutes goes by. What blew me is Blue coming back outside, and she knows she has to pass by that whole group. So me, it's like my group. Ooh, my lip gloss burned. It went inside my mouth. It's like my whole friend group, but all of our backs are turned, and all of a sudden, okay, my bad, guys, my bad. Storage ran out. But Lucky, no, Tolly hears something. So Tolly turns around. Tolly's like, I see Tolly turn around. So I turn around. We see that whole group cornering her. She's backing up against the fence. She's like, and then they're all going up to her. Like, nah, I'm just kidding. They didn't do this. But, you know, that's what it looked like. Me and Tolly turned to each other. We said, oh my gosh, Blue. Yo, we ran towards her. We was like, hey, hey, hey. And the whole group gonna come behind us. And me and Tolly gets in front of her. Tolly's like, wait. Like, she's protecting her. Then I'm kind of like behind their front, protecting her too. We're like, wait. We're looking around too, because we don't know if they might just get us too, just for protecting her. And we're like, wait. I turn around. I'm like, go, Blue, go. She's not listening to me. She don't want to be saved. You can't save somebody who don't want to be saved. And the security comes again and gets that whole group. Yo, when we ran over to them, the adrenaline in our heads, we was like, oh my gosh, that's the fastest I've ever ran. Like, I was almost running the same speed as Tolly. And Tolly does track. I don't do track. I do dance and cheer. So, yeah, that was something. Then lunch goes by, 6th and 7th period goes by. We go back to class, blah, blah, school's done. That's done. Next 2 days go by. You know, they're still beefing. Then after the state test finish, it's April 9th. The argument starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it starts blowing up. Like, the whole school knows, like, the whole school been knew about it ever since they cornered her. School's being messy. They're instigating, like, you know, they're engaging in the fight. I mean, in the issue, because one thing, when they find out a fight, they will instigate it because they want to see a fight. And if you guys announce that you're not gonna fight, then they all gonna turn on you, and then they gonna want to fight you for not fighting her or him. Because some of the girls in my school do fight boys. I wouldn't fight a boy though. I don't know. They don't be playing around. My bad. I'm scratching my leg. So yeah, it gets bigger. People are fighting about it. The principal finds out about it, but the principal does absolutely nothing, and I hate her because April 10th comes. Everything is cool. Actually, no. Go back. We're gonna go back to the day of the cornering. This girl, we're gonna call her Pillow. Pillow, after the cornering, Pillow gets Blue, and she gets the girls, and she makes them hug it out, and they basically say, we don't have any more beef. Which nobody knows if that was a sincere hug, but then this other girl, we're gonna call her Vine. Vine kind of gets mad that they're not gonna fight anymore. Vine is like, I did all this instigating and we're not gonna see a fight. I'm gonna make a fight happen. And we were like, okay, go ahead. Hold on. This lighting is better. This lighting is better. Now I don't look like I only have one lash on. But yeah. So Vine goes over to both groups. They're like, oh, she's like, oh, did you mean the hug? Because I know blah, blah, blah didn't mean the hug. Did you mean it? Because I don't know. She's still talking it. And you should do something about it. She's instigating real bad. So, yeah. Then Vine brings up, I guess, old beef that she had with this girl over a boy. She brings up old beef. She's like, oh, if I fight blah, 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 then she'll fight blah, 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 because those two girls are friends. We're going to call the girl that Vine had beef with Flower. Flower, Lucky, and Bubbles are friends. They're all in the same class. So Vine basically goes, if I fight Flower, Blue will fight Lucky or Bubbles. So then, now go back to April 10th. I almost said her name. Blue is talking about it in class. Blue was like, yeah, I'm gonna fight her today. I'm gonna get it over with. We're fighting today after school. So me and Tolly are like, okay, because we want to see a fight too. We're almost just as messy as everybody else. Because how can you be in a school with messy people and kind of not be a little bit, at least like 1% messy? So after school, they go a little bit out of school grounds, and Blue walks up to Lucky. This was the day that Bubble didn't come to school. So I'm guessing that's why Blue did it on this day, because Bubble didn't come. She goes up to Lucky. They're talking. I think they were talking things out. The fight almost didn't happen until Vine comes out of nowhere and runs up on Flower and smacks the hell out of Flower. And everybody's like, whoo! I'm like, oh my gosh. Vine says something like something bitch. And then just starts fighting. They start fighting. And we're like, oh my gosh. So while they're fighting, Lucky tries to jump in. And she tries to jump in and fight Vine. Now I got involved on accident. I tried to break it up. I didn't know how to break it up. So I gave Lucky a little push. I'm like, get off. Lucky flew back into one of the cars, but the car was parked. She flew back, hit the car like that, got up. I saw that look in her eyes. I was like, uh-oh. Had my backpack and everything on. She charges at me and we start fighting. We're like, I'm fighting with my phone in my hand. I'm literally banging my phone in her head. But while we're fighting, because telling the story, it just keeps going on and on and on and on. Like, more just keeps on happening. It keeps unfolding. I'm fighting. Then Vine is going to turn around. When Vine turns around, Flower runs off with her friends. Vine turns around and starts hitting Lucky. So now it's both of us hitting Lucky. Then Blue is going to come and get her little hits in on Lucky, which still confuzzled me because that was the girl Lucky was supposed to be fighting, not me. Blue gets her hits in. Then when Blue gets her hits in, this boy, we're going to call him 7 comes in and grabs her, like he like went like that, like not like that. Okay, so this is her and he's behind her. He went like this to her neck. Boom. She falls down. I fall down too, but I didn't like fall down. I just like went down too, because how am I gonna fight her with my like standing up and she's on the floor? Then they start stomping on her and spitting on her and still hitting her. And I'm like, when did this become a big jumping event? So then 𝘯𝘯𝘷𝘦𝘢𝘯𝘓 comes and tries to break it up. 𝘯𝘯𝘷𝘦 grabs me and she's like, come on, come on, come on. So when she finally gets me and her like stop fighting, security comes and everybody runs away. 𝘯𝘯𝘷𝘦𝘢𝘯𝘓's like, come on, we gotta go, security's coming. Yo, you don't know how fast I picked up everything, picked up my phone that was on the floor, and we got the hell up out of there. And of course I was feeling a little like adrenaline because, you know, everybody after the fight, they was like, oh, you did your big one, you did your big one this time, you did your big one, forget the last one, you did your big one. And I was like, okay, I maybe did do my big one. But yeah, this thing does not stop right there. The beef did not stop. So the day after, not even day after, when I got home, post everywhere on Snap talking about some, oh yeah, blue, blah, 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 all y'all gotta get it. Their boyfriends threatening us. One of their boyfriends done texted me. He was like, oh yeah, me and my gang better stay at home, we'll shoot you. And I'm like, whoop, we'll shoot you. They're talking about some, we know where you live. A video the next day came out of Vine running across the street from him and his friends, and she almost got hit by the car. And I was like, oh my gosh, they are not playing. They are out for blood, out to get us. And yeah, their girlfriends are posting. I'm getting blocked everywhere by everybody because there was just a theme in the school that I was just one of the most hated people in the school, because when somebody else would lose a fight, like the person that lose the fight had mad friends, so all of their friends would be like, she didn't lose, she won, what are you guys talking about? And if you say that she lost, one of their friends go beat you up. But the second I lose, my face was on everybody profile picture, everybody TikTok, everybody everything. And the second I say I didn't lose, everybody gonna go ahead and shoot me. So yeah, we get back to school, parents are called, we have a meeting and everything. And for some reason, Flower's parents didn't realize that I wasn't Vine. They thought that I was Vine. I felt so bad for these, because the one girl that I actually felt bad for during the fight was Flower, because even though Vine was my friend at the time, I still felt bad for Flower the way that Vine had came in and hit her. Because we had got news that these girls went to the hospital after the fight. They said something happened to Flower's neck, I'm not sure, but they said Lucky had bumps on her head and cuts and stuff, and something was wrong with her head. And I was like, I didn't do all that. I know Vine did all that to Flower, but yeah, parents get called, blah blah blah. They had the meeting, everybody's parents is going off in the meeting, like they're getting mad at their kids. My mom didn't really get mad at me, because one thing I'm gonna do, I will tell my mom the true story when we get home. Not even, my mom will come to me the night before, she'll be like, tell me what happened so I have something to say tomorrow. Because she's like, one thing you know I will do is I will stand by your story and I will tell your story. If I get told otherwise, something that you didn't tell me, then obviously I'm gonna be mad for that. But when they try to accuse my child of something, I will have something to backfire with. That's like kind of the exact words she said to me. So I tell her the full story. She's like, collect any evidence you can, don't respond back to any of the stories, just save them, screenshot the text, save all angles of the fight video. Because when we went into the meeting, I was kind of in the most trouble. Me and Vine were in the most trouble because they didn't show their parents the full video. Lucky had showed her parents the part where I pushed her. She didn't show the part where she had jumped in on Vine. So her parents were like, oh, I didn't know this happened. And yeah, they weren't showing their parents the full thing. That's why me, the MVP I am, came in with 6 different camera angles of the fight. And I even slowed down and cropped the part where she hit her. Like in the video, all you saw was, I had that exact part. I had the exact hit. Zoomed in, slowed, zoomed out, everything. Showed the principal. My mom was like, hold on, just pretend the music isn't playing. My mom was like, you see this? Exactly. So yeah, that went on for a while. ISS for 3 days was the most painful thing I had ever felt, because I don't get in ISS a lot unless I get dress coded. So them 3 days, I was, oh my gosh, even though my friends were in there, it was painful. I was literally looking out the window, looking at everybody walking to class. I was like I was so As soon as I got out of ISS, I was like, yippee, yippee. Can't even cheer too much because people still on the go to come find me. Like, can't even go to Lynx or go to the park no more because somebody might just do a drive-by on me and my friends. But yeah, those 3 days, about April 14th, everybody writes a statement. I tell the truth of what happens in my statement, but clearly the person most affected in the statement, because she was the most out of order, was Vine. Because I had evidence to back up the fact that I was trying to break it up, because you can hear me in the video going, stop, stop, stop hitting her. But I guess Flower had filed for an arrest. She filed for arrest. And you know who went to jail? Vine. Vine went to jail. Vine went to jail for that. But she didn't go to jail for that long. So I think she went for about 2 to 3 days. But yeah. And that whole beef was like a whole year-long thing. But it still didn't clear up until like a month later. And me and 𝘯𝘯𝘷𝘦𝘢𝘩, we don't even really mess with Blue that much, because after the fight, after I done got into a fight for her to help her and Vine, she gonna turn her back and say something about me and 𝘯𝘯𝘷𝘦. So me and Blue almost got into a fight too, because me and her whole friend group basically got into a fight because they all want to talk about me on an account that I gave Blue to, that I have the password to. How you gonna talk about me on an account that I have the password to? I can log in any second and look at the chats, which I did. I logged in, I looked at the chats, I was like, y'all stupid as hell. Like, this is raving, y'all stupid as hell for talking about me, and anybody who want that can come get that. So yeah, basically the outcome of this story. But I hope you guys learned something. Don't get into unnecessary fights, and really don't jump into any fight, or don't try to break up any fight unless you properly know how to. Don't push nobody trying to break up a fight, because you will get into a fight yourself. But thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, because I know you guys love story times. And yeah, make sure you guys follow my socials, like and comment, blah blah blah. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next story time. Bye.